We're out here on beautiful Green River Lake, and I'm with an old fishing buddy of mine, Billy Parrish. Now, Billy, you fished this quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. I started night fishing this back when I was about 16 years old.
Okay.
And
2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Yeah.
We're in the dog days of summer. I say that it's 94, 95 degrees. We haven't had a whole lot of rain. Fishing in general right now is extremely tough.
Extremely tough. Yeah. I mean, if you get 5 or 6 good bites all night, I think you're doing good.
Yeah,
But just got to slow down and just we'll see what happens.
Hopefully it cools off a little bit. I like that we got a little bit of a breeze. So let's go get on our first brush pile and try to catch a couple fish. What do you think?
Sounds good, man.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. I love fishing this lake at nighttime. It's probably my favorite lake to night fish on. I see some shad moving right there.
Crazy thing about fishing Green River Lake is you start throwing a spinnerbait or something moving, a crankbait, you never know when you may hook a muskie.
I will know it.
Have you ever caught one out of this lake?
Oh yeah, some big ones. I caught one day on the Carolina rig.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's about as long as my leg. It was a good one. There he is.
Got him? Look at those tail on that thing lighting up.
Little guy.
Well, there you go. That's the way to get it started.
Mm-hmm. Yep, little guy, but he bit it good.
There you go. Hit that crawl. You got throwing that crawl with those really chartreuse little feet on it there, little pinchers.
Little Berkeley, little 4-inch Berkeley power crawl.
Fish one on the board. He's gone. Oh.
You got him?
We knew this spot should hold a couple fish.
Yeah. Pretty good fish, isn't it?
Yeah, not a bad fish.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good fish, man.
That's a 2-pound spotted bass.
It sure is.
That's Kentucky's state fish, spotted bass. And that's a thick, healthy summertime spotted bass. You know, a lot of times in the summertime, these fish get kind of thin. Now, that fish there, been eaten right. I tell you what, they're fun to catch too, aren't they? That's a pretty fish. You can tell it's spotted bass, see how these lines are and that color. Just a little bit smaller mouth, tooth patch, pretty fish. Caught a couple fish on soft plastic. This is the spinnerbait that we made for the Cumberland trip that we really didn't get to fish that much on TV a couple weeks ago. That fish wanted that one.
Not a little guy, he's a little bit bigger.
Looks like very similar, same fish, same spot.
Yeah.
Almost back-to-back cast.
Yeah, he took my crawl.
It looks like they're like in that little chartreuse tails, pinchers you got on
I think so. That bait's always worked good, night fishing. And I've got a little heavier sinker. Let's see if we can get some a little bit bigger than that.
Now, Billy, you and I actually met through a good fishing buddy of mine that I know you do some tournament fishing with, old Bill Hurl.
Oh yeah, Bill's a good friend of mine, great person, very knowledgeable fisherman. He's taught me so much in the last few years.
Bill and I fish in the wintertime a ton. He's one of those die-hard guys that love to get out there in the middle of the winter. So we do a lot of smallmouth fishing together. We went up and did a Wisconsin smallmouth fishing trip at Sturgeon Bay. And to this day, that might be the greatest fishing trip I've ever been on.
It's definitely the greatest fishing trip that I've ever been on.
I'll tell you one thing, he put us on some fish, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Uh-oh, hold on. Here we go. Little one.
I saw that one running.
I know it. I let him have it for a little while. Look how little he is.
But I'll tell you what, that's one of the benefits of using these lights that you've got around here. You've just got some UV stick-on style lights you can use, but I looked up and could see your line running the bank.
Yeah, that's what that fluorescent blue monofilament, that black light, well, it makes it just show up really good.
Look at this mouse right here. Never in a million years. Out in the middle of the lake, I think we'd have a mouse come out on the boat.
What's that mouse on the green mile?
Mr. Jingles.
Mr. Jingles, yeah. That does look like Mr. Jingles, doesn't it? We've
got us a stowaway here somewhere. We I can only assume that we've had a mouse got on the boat in our storage shed. So we got us a stowaway out here in the middle of the lake. It's not something you anticipate seeing it.
Oh, that's a good fish.
It's about like what I just caught. Let's see here.
That's a good fish there. Oh man, that's a good fish.
Here you go.
Oh yeah.
Hey, a little bigger fish are eating spinnerbaits.
Yeah, that's a good fish there.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you
Yeah.
helping me out there. What we've got here is you got the whole lake coming into an area, the wind's blowing in this way, and it comes up on a ridge, and the fish are sitting right there in about 10, 12 feet, right on that ridge. And that seems to be where they're setting. There we go. See you, buddy. Thank you. Well, Billy, all the reports we've been getting said fishing was really, really tough.
Oh yeah.
When you get these periods in the middle of summer where the days are in the 90s and we've had almost 3 weeks of no rain, fishing can get really tough. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather come out here and find out for myself than come out here and fish in the heat of the day.
I'm glad you invited me out here, and I had a great time, and I wish it would have been a little better, but we caught some fish and we still had a good time, and that's what it's all about, right?
Spinnerbait's out, caught a couple fish, and got to catch up with an old friend. So
That's right.
you
Had a
can't
good
beat that.
time, man.
It's a good
Yep.
time.
Thank you.